Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an update from Longford Farms. Join me, Simulation for the Nations. We drive around what has been done so far on Farmer Phil's new map. You'll see there's still lots to do. Haven't done any more building modeling of it. Well, that's a lie. I've done one. But we haven't done anything with the main farmyard over there because we're just leaving it for now. But what we have been working on is one of the main landscape pieces, which is the canal. So you'll see the road up to the canal here. Ignore the transfer or the transport spline that I have in the middle here because we are in the middle. I am in the middle of putting the traffic in. But you'll see we've got our fully created and landscaped in terrain around the canal here, and we're going to come down. We're just going to get onto the top of the bridge first and have a look, really see what it looks like across, because it's taken on a bit of a bit of life, really. I think it's safe to say. There's the old road bridge there that's been in for a while. The canal's there, and then we've got the sheep farm that we looked at just in the last update. That is still down there and looking good. There's a lot more landscaping around the place as well, to do with that, and also to do with a few other significant landmarks that we're going to have. We've got another cattle pasture though, which we're going to have a look into right about now as well, which is kind of exciting. It's an open air cattle pasture, and it has this little sorting pen at the front there that you can load into, but you're going to come down here, and then it's going to be right down at the bottom here. So this little sorting pen is here on in real life as well, but this was your little open field cattle pasture. So that is a fence post that needs a collision. There's your water release though. You got in the middle here. As I zoom on through, this is an old feeding trailer really, and if I just go and drop a few let's go round bales of hay here, why not? Do that. They're close enough there? Not quite. Now they are. Push that one in, that one disappears, and then that one disappears as well. So you'll feed into the feeding trough here, and this will keep the animals going here as well. So obviously more designed for summer grazing than anything else. The field's a little bit rough in places, which is what by design really, because the field's not deadpan flat. So you know, there's a few little as I would call them, like rig and furrows. Everyone has different names for them really, but there's a few little bits of change in terrain there, so try to emulate that. And of course you got the canal bank there as well. That's pretty cool. I do like that a lot. It's a nice outdoor feature. It gives you something else to focus on and to work on there, and somewhere to store your cattle during the summer months, because you don't really want them all inside all year round. Yeah, nice thing to have in there. Now, I've moved the BJ to where I think it's going to be. And I mentioned in the last update there as well that it's likely going to be in the peat bog in real life, because there's not really much I can do with the peat bog. I can't make that a useful function in game. We certainly don't have the mechanics for that. But I'm still gonna try and model some of it, because I think it's important to have in here. It's an important tip to the area. But what we're gonna do instead is put the BGA just around the corner. You can see the top of the domes there as well, because you're gonna want to have it close by. I'm gonna try and find one online from as close to the area as possible. Somewhere, if I can't do Longford, I'll do somewhere in Ireland, and I'll model it off the real life one. But it's gonna be here anyway, and then that spline needs sorting out there, but it's all good. That's gonna be your forestry area right there. That's all in and done. And yeah, it'll be here. So you'll have a little bit to do here, and there'll be there's some big size silage fields that we're gonna have a look at very shortly. So you'll have a lot of space to ship some silage into there. That'll be all good. And then, well, we've done a lot more modeling further north as well. So the canal is fully modeled all the way through the map there, which is really quite cool. And what we'll have a look at now is we're just going to have a quick drive through that one and see it. So it's taken a long time to do, and I'm really quite pleased with how it's looking, and it's pretty true to form, true to life, and it just adds so much character to the map, and I think that was really important. There is a little bit of a stream as well, which comes through, divides this field here. Which is just a little bit of a landscape thing really. It doesn't really do too much. There will be a bridge somewhere further up there, which will cross over from that ground over into some of the grass fields over here. We're pretty much not far from where those trees are. I think that's all going to be modeled in very shortly. I am looking to build in a spline for a canal boat. The boat's there, but the spline's just not quite working. I need to dig into the XML and see why not. But down we come, down to the side of the canal here, and then we'll be putting a few more bits and pieces into here, but we have a road that goes all the way up the side here as well, so you can now just cruise on up. all the way up to the top here. Now there is reason for that as well. You can't get into any of the fields from this road, but there's a few things that you can do, and you will be looking to do that. I had a template in for the side of the canal banks. I've removed that because I didn't like how it looked, and we've modeled it all in to make it look good. So I am quite happy with that actually. And so yeah, the stream is going to go all the way up here. There's another wood at the top here. The stream that we just saw this over on our right is going to come all the way up here and into the side of this little wood at the top. And what I've currently been doing is doing a little bit of landscaping work, putting things in like splines, and then this road was needed, and then marking out where some of the buildings are going to be going up in this top side and get myself kind of situated for that. And then once that's all set, well, then there will be a real intense period of modeling coming up soon, and I'm just taking my time with it, because sometimes if you're not quite feeling sitting in Blender, it's not worth it. Just find something else to do. So but you can see it's a nice long canal stretch here. There is another bridge at the top, which will kind of marks close to the end of the map, but you will be able to cross over it if you really want to. You can definitely do that one. And this is a forest that you can get into here as well, so that will be an option for you too. So that's gonna be quite fun. And then you'll be able to, if you're into your forestry there is a little entrance into here as well, so you'll be able to pop on into there, which is pretty neat. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go over this this bridge is by no means landscaped and finished, but we're just going to hop over it and then go down the footpath on the other side, and I'm going to put pedestrians walking down that other side there. I think that's important to do. I will try and figure out how I'm going to ramp this all in. We'll get that done. For a second, there is one more field up here. This up in this top corner is where we're going to have the machinery store. There's a giant big farmyard up here, but we're going to stick a machinery store in here and make that work. We get down there, and like I say, there's a bit of like a footpath along here, so we'll stick that in as well, just so pedestrians can walk up and down there, and it'll give a bit more character. That'll be pretty cool to do. But that adds a little bit. It's a feature. Doesn't really do much, but it's a feature that'll look good in different light. And it splits up the map. It's pretty that, and the bridge intersection that we put on there was pretty big for me to get modeled in. And then I can also start to get the fields. My next thing that I'm working on as well is trying to get all the fields that work alongside this road connected in, which will then lead me into back to the main yard over there, and we'll continue over there. So it's all coming together quite nicely. And again, this doesn't have to be anything too special along here. It's going to be a footpath at the end of the day, but again, a little bit of detail in the hedgerows, still a bit more I would like to apply into that. A few different types of weeds and things. There's a field on our right here, which is a ginormous silage field. It's absolutely huge. So fans of big multiplayer silage sessions, you will not be left out here at all. It's going to be great. Lots to go, lots of silage pits that you'll be able to fill in as well, and we'll be able to see where that takes us and where that goes. But it's going to be pretty fun, that's for sure. And then we're going to come down to the other side of the bridge here, where there's a little bit of a surprise waiting for us behind these trees. Oh, it is working. It just needs adjustment. It's there. It needs a little bit of a touch up, but it's there. Again, it's going to be very much a placeholder. It's obviously floating at the moment, but it's in. That's pretty cool to see. I like it. I like it a lot. And so we'll have to get that lowered down. And then we've got the canal working. You'll love to see it. Awesome. Really, really pleased about that. So we got the Massey down here. That's not a surprise, but it's here. It's always nice to see. We're going to get into that in a moment here, but the real surprise is what we've got coming on down here. So zip on through quickly. There's a little homestead here. Now, you may think that this looks a little bit weird, that the windows look weird, but if you look on Google Maps, it's very, very similar indeed. But it's not just that. We have chickens. I put in a chicken coop down here as well, just to give you an idea. This could eventually become like a little bit of a homestead, quite easily, I would say, actually. So you'd be able to bring that all in together, and I may well put a sleep trigger here as well as over at the other house, so you can choose to completely change where and how you start your game. But yeah, chickens are here and looking good. But it's a nice little house. It's a nice thing to have in here. We'll get over. And it's, you know, it kind of fills up this area pretty well, I would say. So that's all good. And small silage field on that side. And then let's just go and get the beast. And then coming down here as well. Down this road that starts wide but slowly gets down to single track as you get towards the end here. You got this field on the right, you got this huge field on the left that goes alongside the canal that we're going to go into, and then there's also a smaller field just over that hedge line there as well. Gate's not being put on here yet because I don't know if I'm going to put one on, truth be told. I might. And in you go. And then this, ladies and gentlemen, is your beast of a silage field. If you really like to get in there and get a good session going with your friends, then this will be the field for you. You've got everything you need, and it'll look great because you've got the canal there. You're going to have the view over the small little valley and up the other side there as well. And all right, and then with that, away you go to crack on with some silage. Obviously more mows the better to get through this, but it'll be a good one. A nice little, depending upon where you're carting this to, either to the farmyard over there or to the BJ, it should still be a pretty decent draw, and you'll have some fun with it anyway, I hope. But that's where we are. A little bit of landscaping detail here, a little bit of just aesthetic work, and then planning for the bigger picture to come with some of the key game points as well. So it's all coming together quite nicely. I hope you have enjoyed this next little update. Try to bring you one every 2 weeks. There's enough going on inside 2 weeks for me to make some significant updates, so that should be pretty good. But with that being said, we'll probably leave this here for now. So thank you very much for watching as always. I hope you have enjoyed. I've been Simulation for the Nation. If you want to continue to follow along with what's going on with the Longford Farms map, then do please hit subscribe, hit that like button as well as subscribe for more. And we shall see you all in the next one. Till then, stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, and we'll catch you later.